Hey guys, Spartan here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. This is the Color of Madness DLC, which was released earlier this morning. Or at least this morning for me, it might have been yesterday for you or whatever. Time zones, man. Now, before we start, I'd like to say that this video may look a bit weird because this is the first time I'm capturing Darkest Dungeon with OBS Studio. I've always used OBS Classic, but you can't get OBS Classic anymore since my computer had to, reinstall itself pretty much. So things may look a bit different because OBS Studio captures like this huge black window around you, and I think my mouse cursor is showing. It just captured a huge black window, like this is about 50% the size of the actual screen. It's weird. Now, before we go to the actual missions, I want to talk about the patch notes. Like, a lot of things changed. Some skills, such as Revenge now lasts for the... Shut up! Jesus. Yeah, some quirks are unique, meaning only one hero per rest can have them at a time. Yes, that's what I was going to talk about. There are some special quirks. Like, this character has Prismatic Isolation, so just plus 25% debuff resist. The reason I have this is because I am, of course, a beta tester, and I got to play Color of Madness before anyone else did. Well, not anyone else, the other beta tester is also there. But yes, I'll go into more of that later, so... Yep, Revenge now increases damage taken by 25% instead of reducing your protection, because you never really had protection anyway. And Withstand now lasts for a battle as well. It's now down to 30% protection, and it carries the buffs that Solemnity gave. Solemnity instead now also heals stress instead of Withstand doing it, so Solemnity is a lot better. Withstand is okay. There's a fucking cat at my door keeping on meowing, trying to get me to let it in. No, not letting you in. Another big thing that people on my server were complaining about, I won't say any names, is the fact that the Grave Robber's Shadow Fade now stealths her and buffs her damage by 100% and 18 crit. Supposedly to be, used with a lunge, or a super powered lunge, just absolutely destroy everything. It isn't as good as it sounds on paper because it takes 2 turns to do one heavy hit that is most likely just going to overkill anything. Stagecoach. So instead of, you have, your basic heroes, they go around doing their thing. You now also have these heroes. So you have access to immediate level 6 heroes. Oh, sorry. The weather's got me a bit. And these guys they do have the abilities, the special ones, I think. Or are these just basic ones? Basically, these guys are all shard mercenaries, so they take 10% of shard loot. And they will only undertake the Endless Harvest quest, which is the one where you gain a bunch of shards. It's basically just endless mode. Also, new perks, new quirks, that aren't necessarily bad. But yeah, you have access to level 6 guys immediately. They have some interesting abilities. But I don't need them because they only go on the mission. You can remove that at the sanitarium, but yeah. Now, new things. The mill... heroes no longer suffer from random hunger checks. That is a huge thing, of course. And you need memories, and they can be found in the Endless Harvest quest. They weren't there back when I did it, so I wouldn't know how to get them, really. That's the one thing I'm in the dark about. You do get these 3 new buildings, the Geological Study Hall, the Tainted Well, and the Miasmal Orchid. Orchid. Am I pronouncing that right? Orchard? I think it's Orchard, actually, yeah. It makes supplies better and allows you to stack more gems. You need shards for this, and I already have just a fucking shit ton of shards. Nomad Wagon now carries special trinkets that you need shards for. You need shards for a lot of things, actually. And a lot of these are okay, like, example, 40% protection when attacked by Husk, which is the new type of enemy you find in the farmstead. This is kind of good. This is not really good, but it does allow your characters to ignore stealth. I won't go over all these trinkets right now, but I'm going to point out some more. Wait, did this get buffed? Oh yeah, this definitely got buffed. I'm buying that right now. I've already got a bunch of them right here. Also, trinkets got balanced about enough, but right now we're going to go into a mission, and you'll notice the map got updated. The hamlet is now here, the farmstead is here, the courtyard is here. I don't have Crimson Court enabled, so wouldn't be able to do that. And I've already sorted out my party who I am going to bring for the Endless Harvest mission. You notice that I have a record of 400 foes reaped. This is because I, of course, played before it was actually really balanced. So technically I have the largest record of foes slain in Endless Mode already. So, yeah, in your face whoever won the Color of Charity thing. Oh damn it, that fucking cat. So I'm going to be bringing out Demason, aka Dem. He's going to be coming out because he's going to be kind of the stress healer. His stress heal did get nerfed with Color of Madness because it was a bit much, I'll admit. I'm going to bring out Poer, the Shield Breaker. The reason we'll be bringing out the Shield Breaker I will reveal eventually, but she's pretty much good anyway. I'm also giving her 2 sustain trinkets. Well, Spectral Spear Tip is kind of like damage and sustain. But yeah, I'm giving her sustain because she generally just dies way too quickly. I'm going to be bringing out, where are my Vestals? I'm going to be bringing out Bondeville, just because we need a healer. And of course, we're going to be bringing out the man, the myth, the legend. It's Butler the Beast. The guy who one-shotted the Heart of Darkness. He is still alive, of course. And he's just stuck with trinkets that don't really affect him. Well, not trinkets, quirks. He's fine. He doesn't actually have any damage quirks anymore. He did have some while he was attempting that challenge, but not permanently. So, provisions. We're just gonna bring fucking all of the food. I know I can shift-click to do this faster, but I prefer to click manually. God damn it, why do I have an odd number of food? It's the fucking town space that gives you free food. We don't need shovels. You need a bit of holy water. I mean, not holy water, anti-venom. You need a few bandages. You need a few medicinal herbs. You don't need skeleton keys. Holy water, I doubt you'll really need it. You need a bit of laudanum. In fact, I'm going to take 9 of it. Aegis Scales, I'm never going to use these. Now, Shard Dust. These actually cost shards. And you get 1 for 3, is it? Yeah. What these do is they give you damage and speed buffs for 1 battle, but they reduce your virtue chance and increase the stress taken. It isn't really worth it, except against, like, you know, bosses. The boss that I'm going to be fighting, of course, in the Endless Mode is, you know, not really that much of a challenge. Ooh, spooky. So yeah, this shows that there are giants, these new enemies that we'll be seeing, and courtiers, of course. Pretty much every single enemy in the game you can fight in Endless Mode. No, I'm not joking, every single enemy. I do not have Crimson Court enabled, so I do not know if you can fight the Fanatic, or other bullshit junk like that, but I know for a fact you can fight bosses in this mode. So what this does is every 25 kills or so, it reaches one of these lines and you get a checkpoint. And this keeps going for forever, pretty much. I'm just going to check I have the right skills on. Revenge, yes, we need Revenge because it's super OP as fuck now. Impale, no, we're not using Impale. Those are fine. Yep. Also, Vestal's Stun is now kind of, worthwhile now. So breach the barrier and let's enter Endless Mode. Oh yeah, I forget you have to click onward. The audio seems a bit quieter than normal. I hope it isn't too loud or too quiet. I had to audio balance because it's my first time using whatchamacallit. So, crits of course got buffed to shit. Whenever you get a crit, you get a special ability for 1 round or 3 rounds or however amount of rounds, I don't know. It varies. But yes, Endless Mode, it doesn't stay you in the same room forever. You pretty much have 25 enemies or something to kill in each room or something. Was it 25 or was it a number that was a lot lower? I think it increases depending on how long you go. But yep, these guys are not too much of a problem. They're the basic bitch enemies. So the Leper is the absolute god of this mode because Revenge's buff is ridiculously strong. And his Hue is able to pretty much just kill 2 enemies immediately. The only problem my Leper has is speed. I used Puncture. Of course he dodged it. And yes, they do dab when they dodge. Or when they hit anyway.
As the fiend falls.
The reason I didn't use an attack to hit the front 2 lines is of course because Barter is just going to absolutely annihilate them. He does take plus 25% damage, so I do need to keep that in check. But when you deal that much damage, I mean, does it really matter? Normally those corpses would turn into crystal shards, but I'm already getting crystal shards when you kill the enemies and with, like, crits. The shards, they do attack and they do horror to your entire party if they get a turn. So basically just don't let that happen. These guys do not leave corpses, so you don't need to worry about them. Our party's a bit slow, but then again, it isn't worth using, like, the Jester to buff speed. Come on, Dem, get the crits. Also, Focus Ring got buffed ridiculously. Well, not ridiculously. It got an extra 5% crit and 3 accuracy. So, if you have nostalgia for the old DD meta, you can go Legendary Bracer Focus Ring, and it is fairly reliable. I'm using the pen because the pen got 5 extra crit in this patch and lost 5% damage.
Give them no quarter.
It's not too much of a change, but having more crit is useful if you have a crit-based build, which stuff happens. Yeah. Surgical precision, that's a new line that Wayne got. Hope you can hear the soundtrack. Wayne, were you trying to talk there? So, we might need to use Expose on the horse, but the horse hasn't taken his turn yet. It's kind of a shame. This enemy is a real fucking pain in my ass because it goes stealthed and then it unleashes an attack that shuffles. That's a stun and a bleed. I forgot the bleed. You never really focus on the bleed because it isn't that much of a problem. Probably gonna have Dem try and kill this Sleeper's Herald. He isn't that slow because of the Crescendo box. Oh damn it, Dem, get a crit. Jesus. Okay. Reality Bend. This thing applies an interesting debuff where you have, on attack, random target 35%. So, it's very strange. It's the first time something like that's been done. Also, you may have noticed that the Shield Breaker's Spectral Tip has a 5% chance to attack a random target instead of a scripted one, so, yeah. It's cool that they're doing interesting gimmicks like this instead of just being like, oh, just extra stress. I'm honestly tired of just extra stress being a thing, because like, oh hey, yeah, just stress, no one cares. Like, have you honestly ever considered, Jesus, fuck phone, why do you have to go off now? Just turn that shit off right now.
A closer look, perhaps?
Oh great, when I was not paying attention, this thing teleported me. So yeah, that enemy just shows up when you ever get 25 or so. Or is it 10? I guess it's 10. But yep, it teleports you to the safe zone, and you get one of these things randomly generated. This is the one that gives you stress healing. I'm just going to give that to Dem because he's soaked up more stress than anyone else. Onward. So yeah, this video may be long because I don't know how long I can go on. I am really good at stuff like this. My 400 record is of course 400 on the dot due to the fact that I just decided to stop doing it. I'm just mesmerized by the soundtrack, it's just so good. Ugh. Yeah, you see, that's why I kind of gave her sustain, because that's just a whole bunch of damage when she eats a crit. She's not going to eat too many crits, but it can be detrimental. And why did the Vestal go first? Also, Holy Lance can hit rank 2 again.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
This is a big benefit. He's got the Repose Stone, so I don't really want to attack him. Need a buff revenge anyway. It was an arduous discussion about what to nerf out of revenge, because it was just straight up overpowered when you had just the minus 25% crit. I mean, not crit, whatchamacallit, protection. Oh, Jesus, my throat hurts. So, this is the Crystalline Aberration. It is interesting. That should do me for a while. It has negative 3 speed, so it's not going to outspeed anyone. Most likely not even the Crusader at, like, 0 speed. Oh, sorry for the unprofessionalism here. But yep, this thing is interesting as if you kill it, you actually get healed. So, oh wow, crit heal. You want to kill those, otherwise you will, of course, take some pretty nasty damage. I believe it's damage and stress damage. I probably should have bandaged her up. But yeah, just kill it before it lays eggs. It doesn't lay eggs, but it just immediately kills itself to deal damage to you. It's the first time Barna's not got a crit.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
So, kind of wish I could kill this guy.
Well struck.
31 damage is pretty good. First crit damn got and it didn't kill. No Trespassers is of course a fairly heavy damaging attack. It used to do pretty much nothing, so you just ignored this guy and took out all the others. I can see that my trust has been misplaced. These fiends spring forth from a madman's nightmare. Also, the light is always at 100%. Except it isn't really the light's effect. The Farmstead's miasma is, of course, minus 10% healing received, plus 10% stress. So, you shouldn't be relying on anything here, because it's all cryptic junk. I wish the Shieldbreaker had an attack that did move her. I believe Captivate does that.
Maintain the offensive.
But I'm not using Captivate. I should probably consider equipping it.
Compassion is
Also, this,
in the fevered pitch of battle.
back in beta testing, Divine Comfort used to be a... Really, you fucking rolled a 10 and a 15. Yeah, Divine Comfort used to be a 2 uses per battle limit. Holy fuck, damn, you're taking a lot of light. But yep, we argued tooth and nail to get that fixed, because, I mean, it's the only AoE heal in the game. You might as well have it infinite use.
Destroy them.
The Shieldbreaker, of course, is, yes, of course, because it's a horse, Shieldbreaker is, of course, shuffling my party a bit, and that is going to be a bit of a problem due to the fact that I have a leper. Here is Trample. Then they could get Expose off, but Expose would have shuffled my party around even more. Take that, Vile Fig. You rolled a 20? It's the only number. Oh, okay, it's not the only number, but it's the number that doesn't kill.
A victory.
Oh, I forgot the horse leaves the corpse. That's a shame. Barna's just gonna have to, take a turn to do something there. I'll probably just use his turn to heal, because these things are just gonna turn into crystals. Why is everyone attacking Dem, by the way? I don't get it. Also, yeah, of course, his heal got nerfed slightly. It heals less, but it does heal stress now, so that's okay. Seeds of Madness. Of course, Madness and Spartans are, of course, always found in the same place. And she attacked the wrong target because of the thing. Whatever, I'm fine with that. I wanted Dem to hit that so he'd get healed. These guys do have an attack where they heal themselves. It's very rare, though.
Executed with impunity.
Tide Rise, and the Tide Falls, and the Tide Pods. They keep coming, and they don't stop coming. So yeah, we can easily shuffle the Vestal back into the back slot. Do I want to puncture? You know what, this has a decent move chance. There we go. I'm just gonna keep AoE healing. We have a heal bot for a reason. I gave her the pistol because I just wanted her to be faster, mostly. And she can attack with her attacks. And take this. Perfect. And we're back to our normal position. Roughly. I'm surprised I haven't really used Expose yet, despite the fact Expose is the Shieldbreaker's best skill. Ceaseless Labor. Come on, stop hitting Barda. He does have the highest HP of the game, technically, but still not nice. I'm gonna take a gamble and say that he goes before everyone else does. And by everyone else, I mean the enemies. So the seeds of madness? I guess so. Also, yeah, that is a pretty strong blight. It naturally stays there for 5 rounds.
A devastating blow.
There we go. No more star seeds for us. Oh, come on. You were 2 damage off getting us a checkpoint. Okay, let's rely on the Shieldbreaker to do it then. Probably should have brought more anti-venom. Oh, that was a nice heal. I can probably just take Barda's turn to do something else. We don't need to kill these guys, and I doubt we will. You know what, let's keep the stress on one person, so in case we get another single target stress heal, we can just use it on them. Also, yeah, this soundtrack is long, like, really long. This is the first time I've heard this part of the song. Oh, really? Oh yeah, Seeds of Madness comes in. We do have to kind of kill them. Whatever. Ooh! Yeah, that's the sound you'd make when you get slapped by a shield breaker. I actually can't do that, otherwise I will of course not have the leper to kill the crystalline aberration. Nice dodge. I wish I had that speed up mod in, but mods don't generally work the first day of a DLC. They kind of crash your game.
Cleansed from our
The
labs.
subreddit is filled with complaints about people's games. Oh my god, my game crashed. It's not my fault, I'm using mods that completely unbounce the game. Yeah, this enemy has 80% protection and 1,000 dodge and 99 speed, so you're not going to get past it.
Refuge, if only for a fleeting moment.
That is the biggest heal in the existence of the human race. Let's swap these two around. Dem, you're taking a ridiculous amount of stress. I don't get it. I think Dem is irrepressible, at least. Haunting. This is heroes get blight skills, and they get extra stress. The enemies also get blight skills and dodge. I'm just gonna stay quiet for every start of a thing. And open with
Another one falls.
stupid smite of the fucking shrimp thing. Snail, not shrimp thing. What am I talking about? There is a time where you kind of want your characters to get afflicted. It is on the Splendorous event. Splendorous is when you get extra virtue chance. And it's generally, of course, the time where you... Going around in circles, it's pretty self-explanatory. You want to try and roll a virtue there, and then you can win fairly easily. I do want to kill this guy instead of using revenge, because I want to prevent the revenge. Oh wow, they didn't summon more enemies, that's weird. Usually when there's 2 or less enemies, they always spawn reinforcements. Let's get some healing in, why not? Oh, there was another trinket I wanted to show off before we started. It was the Miller's Pipe, but didn't get time for that. I'm trying to keep these not so long, because this endless run is going to go on for like maybe an hour or so. I'm not going to be running through this through Sony Vegas because of the fact that it will take ages and ages to upload. Let's try and crit you. There we go. That may not sound like such of a big problem, but Australia has absolutely shit internet, so it will take an eon to upload. Come on, couldn't crit. Dem has Zealous Vigil, I guess. We'll try for a stun. It's not that likely, but actually it is. Crits, come on. Crits add extra chance to that, so it should have got off. At least he resisted the bleed there on that thing.
A decisive pummeling.
We're not going to miss because the focus ring is super good. It's the Trooper shotgun. It's Trooper broken. That vile fiend.
Champion falls.
I say that a bit too much, but it's such a good line.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Yes, compassion is a rarity. We've heard this before. And the corpse just disintegrates because that would make it easy to fight it if you just stagger the enemies. Crusader being pulled is kind of a really bad thing because I have to use Expose, otherwise I'm moving the leper out of the slot that he needs to be in. Ironic, I played around every single shuffle. Wait, what? Did that deal no damage? I probably missed, didn't I? Wow, she's got a lot of dodge. It's because of the fucking event. Not the event, the torchlight. I guess you count it as an event. Spearfishing, that's bad.
Killing blow.
Why the fuck does spearfishing even exist? Okay, let us mightily smitily. Just Cestus. I really have nothing to talk about here. Endless mode. It is very interesting, but I can't think of anything interesting to say about it right now, apart from the seeds of madness happening. Let's go for an AoE heal. So let's talk about the tier list. The Crusader is pretty much the same as he always was. The Highwayman is a bit better because he gets crits like crazy. And you know, he has a bunch of things that buff his crit, most notably stuff like clean guns. Clean guns now gives extra crit. Pistol shot now has, of course, a very high crit chance, and with crits being a lot more frequent, it will be less a case of, okay, I want more damage, or do I want more crit because of the difference between Wicked Slice and Pistol Shot. It'll pretty much always be Pistol Shot now. So, yep, Highwayman's pretty much returned to his melee base. No, not melee base, range base. And I just realized I'm an idiot because I should have used the other move, should have moved him back. I blame the Crusader for being in a really bad spot. I blame him for missing as well.
How quickly the tide turns.
That's bad. Having Crusader as the only stress healer is kind of a pain when you need focused stress healing and the enemy is focused stressing you. Well, damn sure, if you're irrepressible, give us a virtue, will ya? Nah, masochistic.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
Fuck you and your stupid bullshittiest Maximus. Need to heal the shield breaker, so I need to kill that crystal shard. Dem is going to be pretty much locked into stress healing himself now, so he doesn't go insane. Oh yeah, also, speaking of which, they changed how stalling works. It's no longer how many turns you take, it's what moves you take. Material pinch, that's a huge bleed, of course. He's not going to resist it. I can bandage him up easily now, at least. And we get our first spoils.
Begging for examination.
Touch Mildred. Ugh. You're supposed to get Mildred's locket there, but I already have it, so I don't need it. I just get free shards. It's free real estate. Also, sadly enough, there's no return party composition to what it normally is. Odd.
Furrows of earth filled with blood.
So we're back to the farm. The fabulous, fabulous farm. I don't care, I don't need to heal you, damn. You want to expose. I do want to get rid of this Scarecrow, because the Scarecrow, as you can see what attacks he has. Flail the Corpse does ridiculous damage if it crits, and it has a decently high crit chance. Okay, I want to kill this guy. He'll probably give some stress relief for being killed. Nope, none, okay. Just sow the seeds. The light wills it. Back to revengifying. Party composition isn't really that good. The party comp I used did run the Jester. It wasn't as successful, but it was kind of good. No wait, it didn't run the Jester, it ran the Highwayman. The Highwayman and the Leper combined pretty much just absolutely annihilated all the foes, and everyone else was able to play support. So yeah. Pierce, I'm gonna pierce you, because that allows a spawn to hit both of you. So the seeds. It does a pretty large amount of stress damage for being a pretty shitty melee attack. Well, not melee, it's kind of range. Whatever it is, you know what it is. Them just gonna stress the party out, so having anyone else stressed is kind of bad. There was a bit of lag there. Shut up, damn. Jesus. And let's just pierce. As long as the Crusader stays in the third slot, it's fine. Might as well chop instead of hew. Only one enemy to hit. And that's an affliction for the Vestal. Refracted. This is new.
Even the aged oak will fall to the tempest's winds.
Refracted does stuff. Minus 5 speed. Minus 10% HP. Doesn't seem to affect accuracy or anything like that. I don't really know what refracted does because it's so weird. Oh, ignore stealth. Interesting. Oh well. Being able to ignore stealth is not terrible, I guess. And the Crusader's in the first slot. Fucking shit. I'm gonna need the Vestal to attack this thing, and score something higher than a 7. Well, no, higher than a 6. There we go. Just enough. Take that, you piece of garbage.
The greater the glory.
And back to stress healing. Oh my god. Let's expose the horse. Expose still, of course, gives the nasty crits received thing. You know what I'm talking about. You've struck because they allowed you to strike. Interesting. Need I buy your autobiography so you can tell me about how this was completely not skill? My heart will burst, and my heart will go on. There you go.
Momentary abatement.
Yeah, Judgment now has 9 crit. It's interesting. And you can't attack, because the only attack you can use that hits stealth is Expose. And you can't Expose because you're in slot 4. Jesus fucking Christ, Den. So yeah, I guess we're healing now.
The blood.
Those are some pretty good heals, at least.
The limbs obey.
Hey, he's back in the 4th slot, but he got stressed out by the fucking Vestal. Jesus. Stir the rabble. He does get 2 turns, of course, so he is kind of a threat. I have Adder's Kiss. Why do I have this? This move is garbage.
Monster's size has
Still
no
garbage.
intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
No trespassers and crit damage. I knew you'd do it. Oh, what did you say? I probably should just skip that because these are new quotes. New quotes. Didn't even crit and he killed him. Alright, bandage you up. I need to get him back to 0. So a new thing that happens is, if you hit 200 stress, you will become not virtued if you were virtued. Virtue, of course, used to cap your stress at 100. But now it doesn't. Hooray! Oh, couldn't you have clenched your fist a bit harder? Fine, don't get healed. I will heal you by proximity by not letting that guy to attack. And just go for a U because it's just going to destroy the corpse anyway when it spawns new enemies. Can I get the all-party stress heal thing? No, this is the campfire.
At last, some sheltered corner of reality.
This is why I bought food, by the way.
A moment of respite.
Oh, fuck you for stressing out the party.
Oneself against the coming horrors.
So, we need to stress, well, unstress. Reflection now gives an extra 3% crit compared to what it used to. I hope this works. There we go, Dem is looking fine. Yeah, I knew that wouldn't work. Sandstorm, one target can't be marked. Yeah, there we go, Dem's not afflicted anymore. That's good, we can focus on healing the Vestal now. At least we won't go hungry. We won't go very hungry. Why did I make that reference? So we managed to de-stress one of our guys. Keeping the others up might prove a challenge. Okay, here is Splendorous. This is... You get extra virtue chance and stress skills, which is aka just stress healing.
Folds in on itself.
I do not need you focusing the versatile. If you could focus the shield breaker and get a virtue for me, that would be great, though.
The birthplace of dread.
I might want to puncture the madman. There we go. That move does have a ridiculously high... Well, not ridiculously high. It does a decently high move chance. Holy shit, that's a lot of stress. Luckily, our stress healing is buffed slightly, so the Crusader now does 9. We don't need to heal, really. I can attempt a stun. It isn't that unlikely. There we go. I need to revenge. The Madman is losing some speed, so maybe the shield breaker will go before him. Get a crit? Oh, 1 damage off. Jesus. So close. Gasp. Eldritch push. You can't push the leper, he has too much move resist. People complain about the leper getting shuffled, and it's all, oh my god, it's the end of the world. No, it's not. He has, like, no chance to be moved.
But never hidden.
There we go. Take him down. And John Cena.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
He sure is lucky that that was exactly the amount of damage needed to, you know, kill her, pretty much. Okay, heal up that shield breaker. You know what? I kind of call that crit BS. I mean, wouldn't you? Kill this fucking witch. So yeah, it was a pretty good chance for me to get a virtue there, but I guess not. He's gonna have a heart attack. There's like nothing I can do to prevent that. Shut the fuck up, Jesus. You know what, I should probably just let her have a heart attack so it reduces her stress. You know what, I need you to be healed. I believe Refracted actually, like,
Vitality clarified in a single strike.
gives you stress over time. Oh my god. Is it just me or did this spider get bigger? It just looks a bit bigger. To me, at least. Oh, shut the fuck up, Jesus. Wow, I killed this guy. That's nice. And death.
This is no place for the weak or foolhardy.
Now, you may be thinking, oh my god, Spartan, you let someone die. Well, the thing is... Actually, yeah, she did die. It was a bit of a shame. I chalk that one down to the fact that this party isn't the best when it comes to stress healing. I probably should have had that stress healing trinket that, like, heals a bunch when you get a kill. Which I was going to talk about, but I didn't get around to it. Probably just gonna leave next time I get to a checkpoint. Perhaps the shield breaker wasn't as good as I thought it was. God damn it, stop that. The thing about the heroes dying in endless mode is they aren't really dead. I believe. Well, sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. It's kind of a roll of the dice. Why'd I do that? I need to have the leper. The front lines. I'm just not thinking. It's all gone to my head. I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape. Oh, hey, there we go. Back to the back lines with you. And use this. You'd think that the leper would have died first because of the plus 25% damage he's taking. We just need to kill this guy, get to the checkpoint. I don't think that medium enemies grant you medium things. Oh my god, we probably just need to leave right now. Flee with meager spoils. We need to reach this next crystal thing in order to get the buff anyway, so I probably should leave. Considering that these are 2 fungal claws, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. It's a real shame Let's see, did they get refracted? That was far from my best. I think I just got hit by too many of those stupid stress attacks. So, they are not really dead, they are of course refracted. Which, I do not really know what this means because it was added very late into the development cycle. Pretty much, you can get this character back if you just do endless mode stuff. So, they are not gone forever. How long was this video? I need to check quickly.
The degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear.
Bonneville is gone, lost in dimensions beyond space and time.
Surrounding acres.
So they're not really gone. Let's alt-tab out of this. That was a 40-minute video, I guess. Is this long enough? I think so. Eventually, I'll be back and I'll do another endless run. Probably pretty much only be doing endless runs. Let's check the stagecoach before we leave. No, that's not the thing. This is the one. So you notice that these guys have the crystal thing. We go down to... Let's get that. Oh, she doesn't have the thing. She supposedly is supposed to have the crystal surroundings that these guys do as well. You know, child mercenary. Gothic. Interesting quirk. So yeah, I'll grab her back again soon enough. I'll probably run a different party composition. The problem with my party that I just ran there was it was really slow. I'll admit it. I probably should have run speed triggered on my leper. Maybe I should have brought Peveril out. I don't know. Maybe Crescendo Box would have been better than the pen. So yep. In any case, I'll see you guys in the next video of Color of Madness. I'll do a mini series of this because Color of Madness doesn't really have a story. Also, there's this new thing, the thing from the Stars rooms here this week. You might encounter it. It's pretty much the Fanatic done right, because you can actually fucking see where it is. Bullshit. I still hate the Fanatic. But yep, if you liked the content, make sure to smash that more fucking like button. No, just don't. So yeah, if you want... I'm stuttering like crazy. It's probably because of my fucking throat hurts. If you want to watch more of this series, I'll keep going, of course. I'll see you guys later, though. Anyway, goodbye.